Hey, how are you doing today? This is Janelle with another set of fit tips. And today I wanted to give you just a recommendation for your health. And, sometimes when we think health, we think about just the physical. We think about how we perform. We think about the things that we do, the things that we eat. And really, our health is tied up into way more than that. Everything that we do has a motivation. There's a motive behind it. There's a process that's been established and built for years that we're now experiencing, or maybe whatever we're looking at now is reflective of that. It's not just something that has happened by itself. Even when we experience external stressors that are new and they just are thrown into our life, like which with what has happened with us as a nation, actually the whole world over the past 3 years, even those things, our responses to them just reveal the beliefs that we already had. So even though it's something that happens quickly at a period of time, it still is just a revelation of what we already revealed. And so what I wanted to speak on was just the value of ourselves, our bodies, and um, ladies and males and females. It's you are valuable. You don't have to give yourself up in order to prove um, how you feel about a certain person, in order to, I guess, fit in with what you think is being done in society. You can do what your true self is telling you to do, what your conscience is telling you to do. When there's a conflict between doing something and not doing something, and we have to be honest about what is really going on. It's okay to pause. It's okay to say no. It's okay to say, you know what, I'm just not comfortable doing that. And you don't have to feel pressured that you're not going to be accepted. Or you don't have to feel pressured that you're not going to receive. Some individuals, maybe you're on the end of asking someone to be sexually active with you. Maybe you're the one that goes after it. Have you ever stopped to think why? To ask yourself why? Why am I aggressively going after this thing? Why am I aggressively going after sexual gratification, either through an individual or a magazine or video in a form of pornography? Why am I going after this? Why do I have such a craving for it? When did this start? What happened? And you know what? With us examining that, it leaves us in a position of empowerment to say, wait a second, I can really make a choice versus excusing it or covering up. Oh, that's just what we do nowadays. That's how it is in 2023. That's how it is in the 2020s. That's how our generation does it. No, because everything that happens, it happens for a reason. And there was an accumulation, there was something that was behind the motivator from media, stressors within the environment. There's so many different things that pressed, moved, convinced you to get to a point of doing something that you're doing now. And it's becoming detrimental. Us being able to have relationships of value, being able to be known by other people, knowing that we're received versus just putting on the front, wanting to just have a one night stand with someone because you're afraid of really being known is opted over having a long term relationship sometimes. But if we're honest, we know that we have that desire to be fully accepted, yet to be still known, or another individual to know about our imperfections, but still accept us. That's what we want as human beings. And we don't get that from just giving ourselves up in any manner. Um, whether you're just servicing the person and giving to them, taking them places, doing things for them. And it doesn't have to be, in a intimate relationship. Or in a, a couples type of relationship. It could be, a child doing it for their parents. Some children are just so afraid of not receiving acceptance. They'll bend over, hurt themselves physically, become exhausted and worn out trying to impress their parents or another human being. And what I'm saying is take time to stop and ask yourself, wait, why am I doing this? Like, if we stop long enough, we can sense there's something wrong here, something is going on. And then we can address those things. And so this is a fit tip. This is a health tip. Because I can guarantee you that many exercise, go to a gym, their motivation is to look a certain way to receive attention, certain types of attention. Look at it. There's selfies all the time in the gym. Take a look. Let me get the right position. Take a picture of myself that looks a certain way. Let me take a picture of myself going to the gym. I want people to think that I'm into health and fitness. It's the wrong motivation. Exercise is for health. Eating certain foods is for health. The way we think affects our health, our actions. They're all interconnected. And so us doing something and then I'm going to exercise for health, I'm going to eat healthy, but then I'm going to do it so I can look a certain way, so I can get validated by this group of people or this person and be accepted, you're still unhealthy. It's still not healthy. Health is in your spirit, your mind, and then your body. If one of those areas is not healthy, you're still not healthy. And I'm not speaking of perfection in your actions, but in order to stay healthy or to get healthy, there has to be an examination. There has to be an awareness of what's going on, of why you're doing what you're doing. And that's what I want to encourage you to do. Why are you dating who you're dating? Why are you dating at all? Many times we're in such a broken place that we can't even offer ourselves because ourselves is not really ourselves. So why would we offer it to anybody else? Do you need to be dating, let alone sleeping around, having sex with multiple people? Why? Heal your heal first. Allow God to heal you, which is the only one who can heal you. And then from there you can offer who you really are. Because then you'll know who you really are. Versus just continuing to allow yourself to be utilized, used. So do you want to get healthy? Because remember, that includes everything. It's not about perfection. There's no condemnation because we have challenges and struggles in every area. But the difference is, are you being honest with yourself to say something is off here? And that's a continual thing. We're going throughout our lives, we get caught up in habits and systems and things like that. Especially if you're younger in your 20s, there's many things that you're just not even aware of. Well, you can empower yourself by pausing, taking a second, asking the why questions. Why am I with this person? Why do I feel like I need a companion? Why can't I just be content with myself until God brings me the right person? but you know if the healing is there. If there's a consistent anxiousness and uh, um, fear when you're around certain people, or this need to change something, to fix something, to put something on, to take something off, being compelled to do things over and over and over again. Pay attention to that. What's going on the inside? And if your answer is I don't know, then even more the reason why you have to pause and separate yourself out of these intimate relationships of you giving or trying to give what it is that you don't have, because it's going to end up hurting you and even more. And so let's get healthy. Let's get healthy together. Tune in for some more fit tips and encouragement, and feel free to reach out. Put my information below, and if you need prayer, feel free to reach out. But I'm here, and there's people that God will put into your life to support you if we were only to ask. So no condemnation. Don't beat yourself up. Don't be afraid, but understand that God has a plan for you. It's a good plan. He has healing for you. He has the right relationships for you. And we need only to link up with Him, and day by day allow Him to bring us our supply, our need. Life's not easy, but we're here for each other. I hope that was helpful. Okay, I look forward to talking to you again with some more fit tips.